Hey guys, Evans here, and super excited to chat with you. I wanted to talk about this idea of like who our clients are. What inspired this conversations was yesterday. I was actually talking with Alyssa. It was probably seven something at night. We're on the way home, and she's talking about she's having this conversation with this potential client, and starts talking about the physical challenges that this client has. And my heart goes out to the lady, and it makes me start thinking all of our clients have physical challenges, almost, and the lady's frustration is that, she did physical therapy, finished that up, but still is having sciatica pain in there, or she thinks maybe piriformis syndrome or something like that. Not really sure what the cause is, but we know she's having some pain in her lower back and her legs. And, I said to Alyssa, I said, it's kind of interesting today that in the marketplace, where would she go? Once you finish physical therapy or you finish, doing, your initial chiropractic care, do you just do that for the rest of your life and you got to get adjusted every week for the rest of your life? Or do you just get massages every week for the rest of your life? Like, where do you go? And if you're not doing, is like the solution is also causing the problem. Meaning this person, she's trying to work out, and because she's, if she tries to work out on her own, she can aggravate her, her back, her hip, and things like that. So, she's in more pain. And we have clients with, fibromyalgia. We have clients with knee pain, shoulder pain, back pain. I think out of maybe 100 something clients, maybe five have no problems, no challenges, nothing's wrong with them from a joint perspective, or are considered what's classified as a special population. And just, before I continue, just so we're speaking the same thing, special population, from the exercise science realm is someone who has a joint challenge or is considered obese, or is pregnant, any of those kind of things. Someone who has high blood pressure, someone who has high cholesterol, someone who has diabetes. All these people in the population are considered special population, and many times, many times the average trainer doesn't even know how to serve them. If what accommodations do I need to make because I have a lower back challenges, and honestly, the answer, it varies based on the cause of your lower back challenge. So I look over the years, and if you know anything about Senior Fit, you know that we've been around for now 10 years, and been blessed to serve over 2,300 people and help them lose over 33,000 pounds. And but most of those people had challenges. Maybe a couple of young people throughout the years that were, if you're 22 years old and there's absolutely nothing wrong with you and you need to lose 10, 15 pounds, you should just go get a Planet Fitness membership and just start moving. As soon as you change your diet a little bit, you're going to see a body composition change. And that's the reason why Instagram and social media is filled with these kids or young adults who are like, oh, look, and they can do any diet on the planet because their metabolism is healthy. But, the reality is that, if you're 40 plus and, and things are aching and you can't do the things you used to do when you were 20 years old anymore, sometimes even going to the gym and trying to do what you did do 10, 15 years ago could set you back even further. And I was having this conversation with a physical therapist earlier today, and he's like, yeah, that's a frustration that he has, where he has nowhere to send people because they need more, exercise or muscle development. They need to strengthen their body. But if you just send them out to Joe Trainer doesn't have experience with that. He's looking at YouTube saying that box jumps are in. And, so this person who is 50 pounds overweight should not be box jumping. And some people have survived it and didn't get hurt, but the reality is that they shouldn't be doing those kind of things, and they blow out a knee now. They didn't even have a knee problem when they showed up. They were just overweight, or obese. So, we're so blessed, and I wanted to, get the word out, and I wanted to share like what's in my psyche, because my heart goes out to you if you're having, physical challenges. the solution is you got to move, but you have to work with an expert. I was telling Alyssa last night, I said, we have to be better than the average trainer, because we have to really understand how anatomy works. We have to really understand how, the body works and how to make movements and adjustments. We have to really get into fascia and not just the YouTube stuff. I'm actually leaving out. That's why I'm not in a collar shirt. I leave out in about an hour. We're doing a stretching clinic here among my staff, so everybody can continue upskill in that realm. So probably within about 2 months, you'll see all the trainers are going to be available to stretch. But I go and I do another functional movement certification, and get another certification to work with athletes some more, because we've had some great results with them. And the reason why we invest so much in the education piece is because you can hire any trainer for $20 an hour or $30 an hour, and they can just count reps and do all the things they do. But if you have a lower back issue, and I was like, who doesn't today? Who doesn't have a joint challenge? Who doesn't have a shoulder issue? Who doesn't have a hip situation? Who doesn't have sitting is killing us? So as I sit, right? But sitting is killing us, and it's causing more and more challenges. And if we don't fix the problem, it only gets worse. Our muscles shrink. I'll tell you a little bit of my personal story with this. So, we had a vision to go to Milford, and we were excited about it for about 2-3 years. Been talking about going to Milford, and finally the opportunity opened up. And just like everything, every time that a door opens up, in church they used to say, new level, new devil kind of thing. So a new opportunity shows up for us to expand our faith and really grind, and it did. So we had to move locations in under 3 months of doing our grand opening and everything else, and we got some equipment, moved the equipment. In the process of moving the equipment, we assumed that maybe it was when one of the treadmills slipped and I reached to grab it, I herniated my disc. So it means the disc, blew up. And according to the MRIs, it was a major disc herniation, so couldn't exercise. I went from December to, I think it was like March before I was able to exercise again. And my doctor's like, don't work out. Finally, I go to physical therapy. They're like, hey, on one side of my body, because the disc herniation was like, your disc is in the middle, right? But the way it blew out on the left. So the goo, which is stuff inside the disc, seeps out and hit the nerve on the left side. So I'm having this, what I thought was, piriformis syndrome or some sciatica pain, was actually the nerve that's coming out of my lower back that runs down my leg all the way down to my foot. So not exercising for 3 months, I atrophied, meaning my muscles shrunk, and I was in constant pain all the time, making all these adjustments, all this pain and everything else. And I start physical therapy, and my physical therapist says, hey, based on like who you are and what you do for a living and what you shared your knowledge scope, I trust you to program out your exercise for you to do, but I also want you to follow, a couple of these recommendations. Follow the recommendations. And now we're finished up with that. So I've been training for about maybe 2 months. He's like, you've grown, like your size has increased like almost 100%. Like your muscle atrophy is gone. You can see the massive differences in symmetry, which I didn't have the symmetry before, and the strength and everything else. And he was like, man, you happen to be one of the good patients. And I was like, partially is because of what I do. But what happens to the other patients? What happens to the people who don't know what to do? Do they just go in the gym, and because the recommendation is to exercise, do they exercise and just fail at that realm? But I looked at, because we've been posting some pictures of some of our clients, and I was like, every single picture I've posted, they either have a back issue, they have an issue that no trainer wants to deal with in the gym. We have one client, he has a condition that he has limited mobility in his legs. Any novice trainer, they don't know what to do with them. We have another client who just had a knee replacement and is about to have a hip replacement, has ankles fused. Like, what do? You have to really understand how the body works to work with those people. And we're so blessed, we're so blessed right now to help them out. And I don't think a lot of people even know. And that's the reason why I'm going live today, because I want to get the word out. If you're having physical limitations and you've done physical therapy or you've done some sort of movement thing or adjustment thing, and you still don't have the strength and the mobility and the ability to do the things you need to do, that's where we come in. We're like the gap, because a lot of those people, if you just stop, you're gonna revert back to a further deconditioned state. And if you continue without knowledge, you can injure yourself or in the same area or somewhere else. So we're able to fill the gap. Now we do have athletes. You'll see I post about the athletes that we train. We do have people that are the outliers, but I don't know too many people my age group or a little bit older that something didn't like get torn in the process. We didn't wear helmets, and not that that's the answer. But so that's where we are in the marketplace, and that's what separates us from a lot of things and fitness people. Fitness is in, and if you mastered your own health to some degree, you know what you do. You start your own gym, or you start your own boot camp, or whatever you want to call it. You can Google, and there's probably about 10 different things, and everybody's purpose is to help women feel better about themselves. And we're all about it. Out of all the clients we serve, maybe 90% of them or 85% has been females. And women are a little bit more tuned with their health, and women oftentimes prioritize the family above themselves. So by the time they come to us, the kids are growing up to some degree, the husband or the job's taken care of, but that was all at the expense of their own health. But just because someone's mastered their nutrition doesn't make them an expert in nutrition. Just because someone's mastered their own health doesn't make them an expert in health or in fitness, and I see these people, and they go get these like cheesy online certifications, and now they're certified. But the reality is that you can open up the book and answer the test. It's an open book test. Like, you didn't really need to know the information, but you're a certified trainer. And I just, my heart goes out, because these people go and they'll get tossed into these radical programs, and if they see some results, it's very short term. But our goal is not 10 classes, 2 sessions. Hey, come to Senior Fit, get a workout in and see if you love this place. That's not our gameplay, because one workout is not going to help you hit your goal. So we're not even going to do that. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to talk with people and help them figure out what's at the root, how we can serve them, provide the tools, if we could, to help them reach their long-term goal. Because long-term goal is to live the lifestyle that you really want to have. So that's who we are. On the nutrition side, really quick, before the UPS guy comes in, we fill that gap too. I posted a funny video yesterday about all the keto, the Whole30, the intuitive eating, the intermittent fasting, all this weird stuff that people do. But if you're tired of dieting, that's where we come in, because you're like, listen, I want to work with somebody who is a professional, and who is somebody who's dedicated to this industry, someone who is dedicated to serving people like me. And that's where I am, and that's where our team is constantly growing in that realm, and that's where they are, and we're excited to serve that. So I just wanted to put it out there, because sometimes people do not do fitness because they don't think they're fit enough to even do the journey. And I can relate, because when I got injured, I remember, the doc said, hey, go walk on the treadmill. And at 8 minutes on the treadmill, my leg was on fire. I had to get off the treadmill. And the cool thing is I had a team, and I had the knowledge, so I knew what to do to kind of overcome that situation. But that's the easy stuff, so to speak, in the gym. Now, what are your options, right? You can go to some boot camp person who's doing this thing part-time, or has been flirting with fitness for their whole life, or you do this super large class, and hopefully the instructor knows what's going on with you and has the background and wasn't just a class member last week, or do you just get an open gym membership and go, well, I've watched enough YouTube videos to hopefully take care of my own health? Wave at the UPS guy. What's your solution? And, I'd say that's where we come in. We're that solution. We're the ones that's answering that point in the marketplace to be able to help people figure out their health and fitness. So a little different tone, but, I feel for you, and I'm excited to serve and help you. And that's why we exist. That's where we exist. When we talk about empowering you to be the best version of you, it starts with getting up without pain. And from someone who's recently gone through that journey, that sucks to get out of bed, and it hurts to get out of bed. and I'm so honored that, and the physical therapist was like, you didn't plan it that way, because we love to talk business and stuff like that. And he's like, you didn't plan it that way, but it's kind of cool that you exist, because you're the only one I know that exists to do it. Everybody else is doing these big things. Enjoy your day, sir. Everybody else is super generalized. But the fact that you can work with stroke patients and people who've gone through cancers and people who've gone through all these different things, that's huge. The fact that someone can come in with a bad knee and a bad hip and this wrist doesn't work, and you can still put them in a program that can serve their needs, that's really special. So I first want to say thank you to all our clients and the people we've served over the years, because without your guys' experiences, it wouldn't even give me the desire to dig deep and learn some of those things. But for those of the future clients and those people that are trying to figure out what are you going to do to your health, and how do you like live life without pain? How do you get better? We're not going to step into the physical therapy realm, and we're not going to be your chiropractor and your massage therapist and all this kind of stuff. But within our scope, you'd be so surprised at how much your body can change for the better. So we're constantly expanding with our partnerships to help people do that. I'm Evans here at Senior Fit, super fired up. I'm so excited, and to serve you guys and help you and fill the gap that's in the marketplace today. So talk to you soon, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.